hello, my lovely people of the world. If you are new here, my name is Brunel. So if you're wondering who this, then yes, that is my name. For everyone else, welcome back. How are you? Hope you're all well this wonderful Sunday. Yes, I'm filming on a Sunday. Very risky because my internet is a bit dodgy at the moment. Right, so initially credit where credit is due. I saw this eyeshadow this video idea from Tammy. I've been thinking about something like that, but I hadn't actually kind of pinned it down to what I was going to do. I've been tinkering with certain series ideas and so on. So I saw the idea there. So I wanted to give her credit. Tammy is another YouTuber who's based here in the UK. I'll try and put a link to her channel. If not, I'll put the name of her channel here so you can go and you know, see her channel. She's great. Right, so these are the chocolate friendly should I say chocolate skin melanin friendly eyeshadow palettes, which are neutral, which I find myself most of them using most, but which I would actually recommend. Now I've got mainly 5, but I've got a couple of others which I'm going to mention here just in passing, but these are not in any particular order. These are the ones that I'll use more often than not, and for me I tend to go with the neutral shades. They're just a lot easier to blend in. You can use them for any occasions, and also for work and so on, it's a lot easier than doing color. So yeah, so these are my go-to eyeshadow palettes. So I wanted to share them with you. So if you are dark skin, then these most likely will work for you, or they should work for you if they work for me. But if you're also fairer skin, then actually these will also work out for you. It's just maybe that you need to tone down the colors a bit and just to be more careful with the pigment, because more often than not, it's the colors are far more pigmented. So you just need to be a little more light-handed, but they will still work for you. Right, that's enough talking. I'm going to start off with, I mean, I know it doesn't look that fantastic, does it? Forget the packaging. Do you know what? The one thing that's negative about these eyeshadow palettes are the velour, or whatever you want to call it, cover. But this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam eyeshadow palette. Obviously, I mean, who hasn't heard? Look how many colors. I feel so proud. Look how many I've hit pan on. Hello. Ooh, come on, pride. Yes. But you can see all these colors. They're definitely dark skin friendly. We've got the usual shade, transition shade that you can have. You've got them black that you can actually use to smoke things out and darken things a little bit. You've got this one of my favorite shades here, and these are more like you can see where I've really hit pan. These are the everyday eyeshadows that I use, and more often than not, I don't even use the shimmers. But with regards to the shimmers as well, they are really well packed. They work really easily with using your finger, and the glide on, they're soft, and they're great formula. So all round, this is a really good palette to have in your collection if you are into neutral shades, or some shades where you just want something easy that's really pigmented. But obviously because it's ABH, it's 40 odd pounds. I think it's 43 pounds they are, so they are a bit pricey, but I would definitely recommend having this in your collection. Yeah, it's a really good palette. Notwithstanding how easily this gets dirty, I need to use like a brush thing to clean this up a bit, so do excuse that. But even I recommend this, I'm not going to be repurchasing this in 2021. Why? It's because I want to use up a lot of the other eyeshadow palettes, but I will still recommend this, and probably next year, once I've really dipped into a lot of these other ones, then I will replenish my collection. But yeah, for this year I'm not going to, but that's because I've hit pan on all those shades. So I feel really proud that I've gone that far, and I feel as if it's not money wasted. But I would definitely recommend it for you to try this palette if you haven't got it already. Right, the next eyeshadow palette is Huda Beauty Nude. This one, I recently featured it in a comparison with the Makeup Revolution Ultimate Nude in Dark. And I'm going for the original because, well, that's where the original, palette came from. I'm not going to use the Makeup Revolution one because it's a dupe, and I really want to give credit to the original, where the work, the work went in initially. So this one here is small. The cost for this one is £27, and as you can see here, the colors, even though it is sort of a neutral you know, eyeshadow palette. It still has a bit of color to these ones, and again you've got your usual kind of deeper shades to smoke things out a little bit. And also similar to the ABH one, the shimmers are lovely, but formula wise they're not as soft as the ABH one. I feel as if you're using your fingers with the ABH, you can really pick up a lot of product. This one you need to build it up a little bit more, but again it's a really good, well pigmented eyeshadow palette, and it's also small and travel friendly. And yeah, I have no complaints when it comes to Huda Beauty's eyeshadow palettes. The others can be very dear, but this one is actually nice and small size, and it comes, you've also got different gradients as well. So if you are not deep skinned, you can go for another one that's lighter. But I really like this because again, with the matte, it's so pigmented, I can just use one color or pushing it 2 colors when I'm on my way to work, and it makes life nice and easy. And it's got a bit of like a tinge of mauvey, pinky shades here, which you guys know I love and tend to go for quite regularly as well. In fact, I'm trying not to go for them too regularly. But I would definitely recommend this, and it's really pocket size, super friendly, and packs you know, a lot of, I was going to say packs a lot of punch. Whatever. Yeah, get it. That's the second eyeshadow palette. Third one is this. Now, I have to be honest, I was hunting through, I was thinking, there is an eyeshadow palette here that's from Makeup Revolution that I was trying to remember, and then I came across this one. I went, yes, this eyeshadow palette, which is not talked about very often, but let me just say, from what I can remember, having done a review on this, it was pigmented, which is very good, because Makeup Revolution and the brand, some shadow palettes can be a bit hit and miss, but this one was definitely one of those that was really, really good. And it's one of those color book kind of series where you've got you know, you've got your neutrals, you've got your colored ones, and it is actually a really way of building a collection. And let me just say, it is so good because you've got like opens up like a book. And then you've got the look at the, I'm just going to show the mattes first. So as you can see, look at them there. Look, you've got a good variety there. Now obviously this first you know, line here is not mine, but it's just won't do anything for me. But this first one won't do anything better, the second one won't either, but the third one and all the others, I can use them. You know, maybe not this shade, but the other ones I can actually use, which is actually really, really good. And you can see again, you've got the deeper matte shades over there, and you've got the usual, I mean, this row here would be this column here would be one that I'd love very much. And it is, you know, you've got so many different shades here that you can create with just the mattes alone. And then you've got the section where you've got a protective plastic shield in between them, so you don't dip in and you know, and ruin the collection. Yeah, trying to keep it clean. And then look at that. These are all the different shimmers to correspond with the mattes that you have. And again, you can go for a little something more smoky, which you can actually get away with during the day. And I love that it's got all these different shimmers in there. And they're just gorgeous. The palette is actually well worth trying because you've got so many different gradients of neutral shades in here. You've got loads of options of being able to create you know, lots of neutral eye makeup looks, but with the same palette. And of course, because it is Makeup Revolution, it's not going to break the bank, and it's definitely one of the better collection that they have. One that I would definitely recommend, and I think it's just a really, really good palette to have. In fact, you can go somewhere and just have all these, just want this one on its own, and it's actually really good quality. It's quite heavy, and there's a good build to it, so I'm really impressed with this one. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend this. This, I don't think I actually stated it. Oh my god, this is a Revolution Color Book 2. Get it right. So yeah, it's fantastic, and of course it's vegan and cruelty free. So, and it's got it says here pressed pigment included in there. So I definitely recommend this. It is a really good palette to have. Now, You guys will notice that I tend to go for the nude, but more often than not, they're more warm toned because that's what suits my skin. But I'm going to branch out to go for something that's more cool tone. I'll speak about that in a little while. The next one, palette number 1, 2, 3, 4. Palette number 4 is this. Yes, Juvia's Place. You couldn't. What did you expect? You think I wasn't going to include Juvia's Place? You think I wasn't going to include Juvia's Place? Hello. Oh, Juvia's Place. Pigment galore. Dark skin, girl and boy friendly without a shadow of a doubt. And I love the fact that they are so inclusive. And I love the fact that when I go for their eyeshadow palettes, I don't have to worry about not having enough pigment, not being able to colors, not being able to appear ashy. It just doesn't happen. But this little baby here, as you can see, this is the chocolates by Juvia's Place. You can see here. Look at that. You've got the warmth there, and then you've got these two browns. Now they are very similar to each other, but one is actually more cool toned, and I think this which one is it? I think this one is the one that's a bit more cool toned. Yeah, but the shimmers, the formula on the shimmers are just ridiculous. And I mean, they're the type where you dip your finger in, you slide it across your skin, and it stays. The pigment, the quality, that I just, oh, Juvia's Place. What can I say? What can I say? And again, it is super light. The pans are nice and big as well. For a neutral look, you've got my favorite one here. I've used this in many looks where I've not mentioned them, but I've been sitting here. I've used these as well. And for me, this eyeshadow, this one here, doesn't do anything for me except maybe if I was to use one of the shades here a little bit too high, too close to my eyebrows, then I would be able to use this this middle shade here to diffuse things a little bit. But for those of my sisters and brothers and everyone else in between who are much lighter than I am, this color will definitely show on the skin. But all the others will be perfect for someone with my skin tone and someone who's got deeper skin as well. It is, oh, what can I say? Go on. Yes, absolutely. Definitely recommend this one. Final eyeshadow palette that I would recommend. Yes. Shocker. Not many people talk about this eyeshadow palette. It is full of warm eyeshadows, by the way. But it is this. Boom, boom, boom. This is Morphe. The bronze gold. This is the 35G bronze gold. And you see this, and I excuse the quality. I'm not one that bothers with packaging. I don't need to spruce it up. But look, there's, you can see I've hit pan on one particular shade. This is going to be part of my project pan 2021, where I want to go and hit pan with as many different colors as possible. And look at that, you've got everything here, smokiness at the bottom here, warmth over there, a little touch of color. Yes, I know that this one is not so neutral, but it gives a little bit of to zhuzh up the coloring a little bit. And you've got that sort of soft kind of green here as well. So you've got a variety here, but it is actually a really nice palette. And yeah, lots of neutral shades here. You are not short of all the matte shades as well, which is so good to have a palette that's well balanced, where you've got a good number of mattes you can use for transition shades and so on. So if you choose to, you can go for a completely matte look, or you can spruce it up with a little bit of shimmer. And I like the fact that you've got such a huge variety of different shimmers here, that if you want something that's toned down, you can do that. And if you want something that's a bit more, has got a bit more vibrancy to it, big word, vibrancy. If you want something that's a bit more vibrant, then you can pick other shades in here. But as you can see, the color that I've hit pan on, love that shade. More often than not, I only use that shade all over my lid, all over my eye, just the one shade, pop and go a bit mad with my eyeliner, and that's it. That's the look all done. So again, nice and easy, and I absolutely love it. So these are the five eyeshadow palettes that are neutral, that I can recommend, which will work for both dark skin and fairer skin. Now, there are a couple that I'm going to mention here quickly, only because I want to really concentrate on the others. But if you are out on a hunt for an eyeshadow, some others that you can mention, these are the Revolution Velvet Rose Reloaded palette. Even though it's a sort of neutral and everything, but it's just such a good palette. One of the best creations that Makeup Revolution ever created. And this one I've repurchased 3 times. Hello, that tells you something. And it's also affordable. They did put the prices up, but again, yeah, there's a play on colors. The colors are a little bit bright for neutrals, but you can still class this as a neutral palette. It's just more of a kind of like a rosy type shade, but again, love this shade. Often I'll use this all over the lid, all over the lid, and then I'll use something like this one to warm things up a little bit in my crease line, and I am good to go. Love this sort of shade as well, and it's such a good shade to have. And again, this So Pigmented is ridiculous. One of the few eyeshadow palettes where I say hands down, unless they go out and trying to eat my blooming wig, unless they go out and change the formula, it is definitely worth getting. So the Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose eyeshadow palette. Then you've also got the Juvia Space Warrior palette as well. Now, this one, I do like it, but I'm a bit restricted with regards to the mattes. Obviously, that one, there's no use for me, but you know what, it'll work for loads of other people. Again, you can see where the theme is with what kind of colors that I tend to use. I've hit pan on this, and you've got this one here to smoke things out. The only problem that I have with this eyeshadow palette is that there aren't enough mattes in here for me, but again, the shimmers are just gorgeous. The formula is again super soft, and the glide over your lid, and just it gives you instant pigment that is just gorgeous. It's Juvia's Place at the end of the day, but only negative is because I don't have my you know, maybe I could have done with another couple of mattes, but the shimmers are just beautiful to have. So yeah, definitely worth a mention. Juvia's Place, the Warrior palette. Right, other than that, people, I hope that you found this video useful. Let me know which one of these you have, which ones you're thinking of getting, which other ones you would suggest. People, stay safe wherever you are. You guys will see me soon-ish, and I hope you are all well and safe. Bye.